To live in the United States as an adult, you need a credit score, unless you want to be relying on other people for everything. Back when I didn't have a credit score, I was charged 6 months rent up front to rent an apartment, $400 deposit for a cell phone plan, a $300 deposit to set up an account with the electricity company. So I knew I had to build my credit score. Now, to build your credit score, the most common way is to simply open a credit card. But when you don't have a credit score, it's hard to get approved for a credit card because you don't have any credit score, so it leads to a sort of chicken and the egg type situation. But if you're a young person, particularly a student, that could feel like a lot of money. So that brings me to the topic of today's video, what could be the best credit building card ever. So let me introduce to you FIZZ. FIZZ is a credit building debit card. Yes, you heard that right, a debit card that builds credit. I'll tell you exactly how that works later in the video, but first, anyone can apply to and build their credit score with FIZZ. However, the card will be especially interesting to students, and I'll tell you why that is later in the video too. And for disclosure, we did partner with FIZZ to make this video, but we're just going to try and give you as much information as possible about the card, and then you can make up your own mind what you think of it. So first of all, this is how FIZZ will help you build your credit. You sign up for the card and connect your bank account through Plaid, which is an industry standard way of linking to bank accounts that uses best-in-class encryption. You're then given a spending limit based on how much money you have in your account, so you won't overspend. You then make purchases with the card, and FIZZ will temporarily cover those purchases. Your purchases are then bundled together and you pay them off at the end of the day. The card has an auto pay feature, so this can happen in the background without you even doing anything. FIZZ then reports your on-time payments to all 3 major US credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So that is how a debit card can help you build credit. So how do you get it? Are you still faced with the situation of needing a credit score in order to get approved? Well, no. FIZZ doesn't carry out a credit check when you apply. There's also no annual fee, and because FIZZ has been designed so you can't overspend, you always pay your balance at the end of the day, there's also no interest and no late payment fees. If you do miss a payment, instead of triggering a late payment fee, the card locks itself up with their safe freeze feature so you cannot get into more debt. Thus, it is a very safe way for young people to build credit with minimal risk. And if you compare it to other options out there are some definite advantages. So regular debit cards don't build credit and don't earn rewards. FIZZ does that. But unlike other rewards credit cards aimed at beginners like the Discover It card, there's no credit check, no interest, and no fees of any kind. Now, I think you might have just heard me mention rewards. So let's talk about that. Now, like we said, anyone can apply for the FIZZ card and build their credit. But where it's going to particularly interest students is the rewards program. So FIZZ takes a merchant-to-merchant approach for rewards. It doesn't earn, say, just 1% on everything like some other cards do, but instead higher rates at merchants where students like to shop. For example, it earns 2% at Shake Shack and Pete's Coffee. Then there are also some restaurants on the campuses of certain universities where you can earn extra cashback. Basically, they offer tailored rewards at certain universities that have a high concentration of FIZZ users, and they even say if you refer your friends and get all your friends to sign up for FIZZ, they will come, i.e. they will start working to get perks and rewards for FIZZ users at the stores and restaurants on your campus. So while everyone can benefit from FIZZ rewards, I mean, everyone can go to Shake Shack, right? But the people who benefit the most will be students, and especially students who go to some of their target universities like UCLA or the University of Florida, for example. So to recap, FIZZ is a debit card that builds your credit score. It doesn't perform a credit check when you sign up, but it still reports your on-time payments to all 3 US credit bureaus. It has a daily auto pay feature and their safe freeze feature that locks the card up if you miss a payment, so you cannot overspend. So what are the pros and cons of this card? Well, I would say that the pros are that this card is very easy to get since they don't perform a credit check when you sign up, and you don't have to part with a couple of $100s as a security deposit like you would do with a secured card. It's also very safe in the fact that it doesn't let you overspend. The average US college student graduates with around $3,000 in credit card debt. That's in addition to all their student debt. But with FIZZ, there is no way for you to rack up that kind of balance on the card. It's just impossible because of the safe freeze feature. Then what what are the cons? Well, if I'm really critical, I would say that the cashback rewards are only strong if you go to one of the universities that FIZZ targets. I think that's fair to say. However, FIZZ is expanding, so hopefully they'll be adding more and more merchants, regular merchants like Shake Shack, and more tailored rewards at more universities as they add colleges to the FIZZ ecosystem. And besides, most other cards that you would get at this level to build your credit don't offer any rewards at all. So actually having rewards in the first place is kind of a bonus. Since FIZZ is a no-risk application, no credit check, you can apply and get a FIZZ card to build your credit score and earn 2% back at Shake Shack. Then in the future, you can get a shiny Amex Gold card that earns 4 points per dollar back at all restaurants once FIZZ has helped you build up your credit score. So it's not really a case of either or. This is a credit building card that can pave the way to greater things, whilst helping you spend responsibly while you're in college, or if you're not a student, during a time where you really need to keep a good handle on your finances. So I wasn't lying when I said this could be the best credit building card ever. And no wonder it's backed by Y Combinator, the nation's most well-known startup accelerator that has helped to launch companies like Airbnb, Coinbase, and DoorDash. So if you're interested in FIZZ, do click the link below or scan the QR code that's on screen now. Currently, the FIZZ app is only available on iPhone, but the Android version is coming soon. So if you're watching this in the future, the Android version may be available already. If you sign up through my link and use the code BEN, you will get a $20 bonus. You'll also get a virtual card immediately that can be used while you're waiting for your physical card to be shipped to your address. So do check it out, and remember, it's a no-risk application. There's no credit check, so you basically have nothing to lose. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that's been a helpful review of the FIZZ card. Do subscribe to my channel for more personal finance and credit card review videos coming soon. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.